Okay, this is the beat breakdown for Skinked. Now, a big issue with this right now is that almost all of the synths are gone. I don't have Serum on this computer, and Serum is where I designed all of the synth sounds. However, if you want to hear the sounds that I designed, they're all, it's in the actual song itself and the release. So it's not that you can't see it, it's just I can't show you it here. This is where it would have been. These are the effects that I had on it, on each one. Apart from going in the actual Serum and changing like the default FX, messing with parameters, stuff like that, just to get cool sounding stuff. So apart from that, this is Skinked beat breakdown. Okay, so first we have this sample here, which I got from my cassette player, which is right there. And I took the cassette, plugged it into my interface through the input from the headphones, and added the headphone to jack adapter onto it. Recorded it straight into Ableton. The workflow of doing that is really good. It means I can sample cassettes like and use them in my music. It's awesome. So this is one of the first projects I started doing this with properly. Now that sounds horrible. So the idea for this was that we have a fake drop almost. So I've done all this to that sample, compressed it, EQ'd a lot of the frequencies out, because instead of going through them and taking out the ones that hurt, I was like, okay, let me just get rid of all of them, which is quite amateurish, but it's supposed to be a fake drop, so it doesn't sound good. So here we go, this is the first section, which takes into this section, which is a different chop that I've resampled together, so I'll show you that here, see how it's different. So if I unmute it, here's what we have here. These are the drums. Now I'm going to go through the drums as a whole and go back to this, because the drums are a whole can of worms. So here's the drums. What we've got going on is parallel processing. So on this chain, for the dry signal, we have just the EQ, and then we have the on the other one, the glue compressor, my compressors, my whole EQ chain, and I've blended them together in parallel, right? Then for the next vocal chain, we have the same signal from before, from the first chain, going into this chain here. So then, why am I freezing? Why am I frozen? Okay, yeah. So we have that signal of these two together these two chains coming together, going into this one. Then so I've added some EQ to that, and a compressor and a limiter, just to bring the sound together, right? Then I've mixed that with these effects here. So we have a phaser, flanger, delay, reverb, redux, compressor, EQ, right? All of these things here sound like this, which gives it that really weird sound, right? And I blended that with the original drums, which is what I learned on my D8. From my D8 project, where we have to learn skills, I went through Ableton, I went through YouTube videos, tutorials on how to use audio effects, mix them, parallel processing, all that stuff. So this is how I've implemented that. And now my drums sound really cool. Awesome. In terms of individual drums, we have the kick, which is two kicks laid together. We have this one, very subby kick, quite tiny bit squeaky. And then we have this one, which is really just mid bass, just like thwomp kick. And then we have like a mix them together. Sounds great. I don't know how to use it, Mac. There we go. That's my kick, and then I have a reverse kick here, which is the same sample, just reversed. Then we have, what's this? Snare, which is 3 snares layered. So we have this snare, this snare, normal like trap snare, more like a clap, like a rim shot, and then a very washy snare, all layered together. So we get this. Then we have it says snare, but I'm using that as a perk, which is like, it's got the transient shows that it hits in like 2 different spots, which gives it that like, kind of sound like a finger snap, like 2 like. That's got like, that sounds great. That's getting affected by the reverb, which is why it sounds so. Then we have the hi-hats. So I don't record these in live. I draw them in and then I move them off grid to make them sound like someone's played them, and I mess with the velocities. This was because the limitations on my old laptop meant that the the latency when I was using the MIDI keyboard, the launch MK3 or 2 mini, yeah, it just meant that the latency was too bad. But now that I've got this Mac, hopefully that will improve. I keep flexing that because I'm gonna keep flexing it. That's my hi-hats perks. I don't even know what this noise is. This is like something I found in an old movie. I have that change pitch here. And then we have this, which is the drums again. Now this isn't part of the drum pack. I made a mistake there. That's there because my process used to get so fried trying to run all of this, like drum plugins, that chain, that I had to resample it and have it here instead and freeze all these. So now that they're unfrozen, that's the drums here, and then they change to this. So the hi-hat pattern changes, becomes more consistent. I'm lying, no it doesn't, it just sounds like that. So that's the drums. Back to the original, the beginning of the beat. I've got this. I like to add texture to my beats through white noise. Now I'll see if I don't think I have this file anymore, which is really upsetting because it's quite, yeah, I don't. That's a meme called Door Stuck from Counter-Strike. Really funny. Door stuck, oh I can't get through the door. So this is my fake drop. Now with the fake drop, yeah, so none of the synths are here, so it sounds a bit lame, but the vocal will play in this empty space. Door stuck, and then there you go. We've got what's this? Where's the bass? Is it this? Yeah, so we have a reverse kick hit here. It's like a riser. Bass comes in. These vocals are me recording myself huffing. Then we also have me going psh. So on the me huffing, I've taken all the low end out, but I've boosted this area a bit, so it has a bit of punch to it, so it pokes out. And then with the psh, I've got an auto pan on it, so that it moves around your ears and sounds gross and very spacey. They're dry, so compared with the synths that are played in the actual song, which are really like spacious and like this dry like it contrasts it very nicely. Then we have this, which is quite quiet. This is the guitar that I played when Marwan and Charlie were in the studio. So this guitar here is that, but then this is the bit that Marwan played, where Marwan added this guitar amp to it, which made it sound nuts distorted, and then we mixed it together where we got this EQ. I did the delay on it, which is on a 2, and then here's the EQ for that. I have automated the master channel to like turn off and on in these like short bursts. I think it sounds really cool. Here's what it sounds like in context. Here's my section of guitar that I recorded. So I've got EQ8 on there, compressor. This is resampled, so what I actually have is this originally. I believe it's this. Yeah, okay. So on here I have reverb, overdrive, EQ. There's my EQ. Delay, auto pan. This one is pitched up, I believe. Yeah, pitched up 12 semitones, whereas this one is pitched down 12 semitones, and I've resampled them together, which gives us this noise, which is awesome sounding. But I still, yeah, there you go. So that's that. So that's the general gist of the video. Unfortunately, there's not much to really show on this one because of the missing plugins. So that's that. If you want to hear what the plugins sound like in the synths, listen to the release on Spotify, Skinked. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm not thankful for this.